Okay, by now you've all watched the video with him today.
Mom's a
After I got done videoing, I actually had him up. He walked a little bit. He doesn't have enough muscle mass for his weight.
Who's the big boy?
But he's hungry now.
Who's the big boy?
Ron got,
Come on.
about an inch and a half worth out of that bottle into him earlier, which wasn't much, but enough to get something in him. And I didn't want to try to tube him.
That's a good boy.
He's got strength in his body, just not in his legs.
Such a good boy.
They're gangly as can be.
Take a breath? Okay.
And he wants to be up, but,
Okay, there we go.
you know, and I guess I shouldn't say he doesn't have strength in him. He launched like a freaking bullfrog earlier.
Okay.
About knocked his mother over, but he had no control.
Come on,
So
Bub. Come on, Bub.
anyway, this is some good sucking. I like to see this. He needs that whole bottle, and he'll make her till morning.
Oh, such a good boy.
And we'll probably have to do it again.
It's okay, Mom.
That's
It's okay.
her milk that number one milked out of her earlier.
Oh.
There's part of a Coke bottle left in the fridge of it, but this bottle was clear full. And the bad thing about cow's milk when you're doing this, especially colostrum, you cannot heat it in a microwave. You can't put it in a pan and boil it. You have to have it in a container and then use hot water. I mean, you can put a pot on the stove and heat that water to heat it, but it has to heat up the right way, slowly. Microwave will ruin all the good stuff in it. And if you threw it in a pan and boiled it, it'd do the same thing. You'll boil it out. So, it takes a little while to get the bottles warmed up when they're out of the fridge. And most of the time, if we got to give a calf colostrum, we use the powdered stuff anymore. Because you mix it with warm water, you're done, you're ready to go, and you got it in them.
I know it's a tough nipple.
He got enough earlier to probably get enough colostrum in him for his system. But, you know, he still needs mama's milk, and that's what he's getting. Laying down is definitely not the best way to do it. Shane Holst and I have talked about that before.
Thank you, Shane.
Yeah, thanks, Shane. Yeah.
Sorry, Shane. Don't mean to disappoint you.
But he's a minimum 100 pounds. I can't hold him up. And when he's standing, he's so wiggly. I mean, I can help him. Support him a little bit while he's trying to walk, but that's about all I can do. And like I say, he launched it and just about knocked his mama over.
You were such a good boy.
But she was too interested in seeing him standing. She wouldn't let him get near the udders, so.
This will fight him over till I get.
And I'm not going to fight her and the calf. That's too much. This might be cheating by some standards, but tough. And if you notice, he's got splints on the front legs. They're actually to help hold the joint at the hoof, which I don't think usually it's because the tendon's too short and needs to stretch out. And I don't think that's the issue with him. I think it's a matter of things aren't totally connected. So he just doesn't really have any control over it yet.
Oh, good boy.
But he gets up on him and he can scoot a little.
Oh, you need to take a little break?
And that looks like he's got damn near half the bottle in already.
Okay, let's drink the rest of it, okay, bud?
Actually, over half of it. He's doing good.
Good boy.
So, hey, Ron, this is how they're supposed to eat when you're giving them a bottle.
Ron just doesn't have the magic touch.
Yeah, Ron's
He's
flat.
getting it.
Ron's got man titties. He doesn't have real ones.
That was rude.
Sorry, Ron.
That was really rude.
Careful of the tires on the bus when it goes over you. Anyway, that's 4 minutes of watching the baby eat tonight. And you'll see this tomorrow night. So hopefully I'll have some more of this little bugger. Maybe I'll get some of him up walking tomorrow, I hope. We'll see what tomorrow brings, right? Nice full moon. At the moment, mostly clear skies. Whiskey out back barking at coyotes that are probably that direction. I just shined a light up there behind the shop and spooked some off up here. Didn't see any, but you know, that's typical. Kind of hard to get a shot off on them when you can't see them. And I got a good enough light that, especially when it's this light out, if I can see them, I can get a shot off. I just can't see them. Oh well. Mamas are next to babies. Babies are all safe in the barn, so that's what counts. Even that new one. I don't like that cow, but I know she hates dogs and she really hates coyotes, so even though that calf can't get up and run away, it's safe. That new calf right there last night. And last time I checked cows, like 2 o'clock, calf was still laying against the wall, and the cow was laying next to it, this side of it. I don't know if he's been up and walked, or if he drugged himself around. He may have drugged / leapfrogged / had a little help from a UFO, I don't know. But he's right there right now. Number one good thing is, he's still alive this morning. 90% sure he wasn't going to have an issue there, but... And I'm going to kick a dog's butt. Dog toys don't belong in the feeder. I just got to figure out which one to kick. I'm pretty sure I know which one. And he's not standing here close. Blue loves to drop him in the feeder because he thinks you're going to pick him up and throw him for him right then. Well, my arm is not... Oh, what? I'm 4 feet above that with my feet, so... No, my arm is not 10 feet long. But, anyway, no new babies yet. The other newest one's laying down in that corner. I think I've been laying there watching the birdies underneath the door. Because the birdies are just like crazy underneath the other side of that. So, anyway, there he is this morning. Hopefully get you something of him up and maybe even eaten today. Well, there he is, people. I had him up a little bit last night. He wants to get up, but he can't get his front end. So he had his back end up and almost had the front. I don't know if he was up in the middle of the night or not. I'm hoping that she lets him get back to the breadbasket because he needs to learn that and he needs to do it. The bad thing is she hasn't been milked out this morning, so they're pretty freaking big. And he doesn't know where they're at yet. But that's up and moving. If he gets a belly full, he'll be better. And yeah, I don't think he's going to crawl underneath Mama for a while. Because he'll fall down if he tries. Okay, well, I figured I'd show you that, yes, he can stand, he can walk. It's the getting up that is the hard part for him, because he just can't get a front leg started very easily. And see, I helped him. I tried holding his back end so he'd get his front end to go up, but he'd already tried too hard. So I had to lift his front end up, and then once he got his legs under him, there he is. And she's trying to tell him to go back to the breadbasket, and he's just trying to stand up. I hate to tell him it's the wrong end. That's the end that the loving comes from, but that ain't the end where the breakfast comes from. And she's trying to tell him. But, like I say, he doesn't quite understand what Mom's saying yet. And she's actually working a little bit today trying to show him, hey, look. But, okay. Stick it right in front of his face, but he just doesn't know it yet. Oh, well, he'll get there. He's got the drive to do it. The way he took after that bottle last night, he gets on Mama like that, he'll be good. No, he's not on one yet. But he's getting it figured out. He might get a hold of that smaller one without help. But anyway, thought I'd show you that quick. This is like 30 seconds after the last clip. Ryan, he just can't get up on his... Ooh, he just did it. Her butt was in your way, and he just did it. To the best of our knowledge, that's the first time he's made her up on his own.
That is the first time. Good job, Butterscotch.
And he ended up with a bottle earlier because they just couldn't get him on the cow. So maybe he's gonna get on there. She got milked out so he can get a hold of something if he's going to. I'll take that. One more step ahead. Well, I just missed him actually run a circle in there.
Oh.
He's got the will.
Good job, Butterscotch. He's trying to play with Grumpy. Oh no, Grumpy's not there.
He was trying to play with a heifer on the other side of the gate, but
That's Winnie. Oh.
yeah, looks like he's going down.
Oh. Get back up. Come on, baby. You can do it. Get back up.
He's a trying. He just, I mean, my guess is some of the nerves just aren't doing what they're supposed to do yet.
You want some help, Bubby?
And just a little bit weak yet, but hey, I was tipping you up, sorry. And he's down for now. That's okay. That was a lot of energy wasted. But he needed to because that gets everything hooked up and going. So
Now he's panting hard.
yeah, now he's breathing hard. Well, yeah, because his lungs ain't fully developed yet either, so that doesn't help. But he's got the will, and that's better than 90% of it. Pace, folks. We wouldn't have, but we actually pulled this one. This cow has a pocket at the back and the top of her vulva. And front legs were crossed and one hoof was stuck up in the pocket. They can't come out that way. So we give her some help. Little heifer calf. Haven't had a heifer in a while. Some of these old cows, they'll sit there and be uncomfortable and moo at you, literally asking for help. And that's what she was doing for a little bit. So, but obviously this little heifer wants to be on video because if I moved, she was following. So, and one reason we brought her in, she was starting, had a little bloody show. And there's a certain smell if you get close to her backside. It's not a rotten smell. The best way to describe it is like, oh, when you're in the hospital and say you're in a surgery room, there's just a certain kind of a funky disinfectant type smell. And that's what the smell was. And what we've kind of noticed, if you got that smell, the cotyledons, which are the buttons that hold the placenta to the uterus, I couldn't remember that the other day, I don't know why, they're starting to break loose. And if too many of them are broke loose and they've been broke loose too long, then it starts to rot before the calf gets out. And if there's not enough still connecting, the calf dies. So we just don't mess around with it if we think that's what's going on. She's trying to see this one. Our due date for her is the 3rd of March, and that's another week or so off. Let's see what the teeth look like.
On time. Almost.
Yeah, a little covered, but that 3rd of March is a guess anyway in the long run. So she cooked long enough. She wanted out.
Yeah, I'm not mad about that.
So another one down. Oh yeah. He's still laying over there. Get you. There you go. His little run around tired him out. But one more. Well, as you can see, I didn't get squat done in here today. That's ready to go. A little more wiping down and put upstairs. I got those little warning lights cleaned up, and I just used a paint pen on the tin on those. Spent most of the day in the barn and doing everything else. So. And I'm going to get this video up. It's going to be early. because hey, it's like 3:30 almost. Because Becky and I are going up to her folks for dinner tonight. The kids are gonna come back here and finish some stuff in the barn tonight and take care of those calves. No, I'll be out of service, folks, so if I don't reply to your comments and all that kind of stuff, that's my excuse. I'll see if I can get caught up tonight. That might happen, it might not. Depends on how long my night is after I get home. So, anyway, thank you everyone for watching. And, hey, hope you enjoyed getting to see that big guy get up. Not that I got to show too much of it, but showed what I could. Now, if I had the camera running 24/7, I'd show you a lot more. And today actually hasn't been too bad. A little windy. It was a little wet earlier, but not too bad.